Cool, it looks like I am live. Let me fire off a tweet, because that's, I guess, important to do, otherwise people don't know what I'm up to, so let's do that. Cool, and sent. Yeah, hey everybody. I'm pumped. I have had a pretty productive morning, doing some cool stuff for Delver. But now I'm going to take an hour out of my day to work on another cool project, which is this this little series I'm calling my lunch break roguelike series, where I work on a small project over my lunch hour. And it turns out to be, well, started off life as a Python based roguelike using TDL, and it became a Twitch playable roguelike. And I wrote a library to handle that with the help of Felix. It's called Twitch Observer, which does all the Twitch integration for us. It's an open source project. You can find it. Make sure my microphone is nice and close. You can find it at github.com/Joshua Skelly/lunch-break-RL. It's open source, but this isn't necessarily a tutorial series. It's just me working on something and kind of puzzling through stuff that you may find interesting and see how I solve it. And also, you folks are way smarter than me, so if you know a better way to do something, please let me know. Yesterday, one of my viewers pointed out to me that Python has a built-in way of just randomly choosing an element of a sequence, and that just like blew my mind. It was so useful. So yeah, so again, if I'm doing something silly, please point it out. But yeah, let's just take a spin and take a look at where we're at. So Python app.py, and this is our game. So we have, oh, it's listing the level over here. That's curious. Then this is the main view, and then over here is the players. I should be able to join it. Join. Oh, what state did I leave it in? Oh, Joshua. Okay, well, again, this is the fallout from my refactor work. Let's take a peek. I guess what I can do real quick is I can pass it in the no fog of war flag, and that will give you just a small view, at least what's happening here. So it generates a dungeon. It populates a dungeon with critters. Right now they're kobolds, and it throws in a few items for good measure. I may bring that up because we're pretty item starved at the moment, but that's okay. Maybe just a tiny bit up, and I should be able to join it now. But it's good to know that the visibility is broken, and I can move around. I'm the little orange J on the right side of the screen there, and I can move around, and I can fight guys, pick up stuff, go down the stairs, etc. And I'm working on designing this to make it like team-based, so the end of the level bonus is based off of how many people exit the dungeon with you. So let's fix this visibility thing. I'm pretty sure it's just in. Let's look at the entity class. Also, let me make sure I have the correct. Yeah, I do have the correct title. So yeah, this is lunch break roguelike, and I guess I'll throw on hashtag Python date in case people care about that. Yeah, so entity is the class I want, and there should be an update visible. Or is it creature? I think creature, specifically creatures, because I don't care if inanimate objects have visibilities. It doesn't make any sense. So visible entities. How about update FOV? Self.visible tiles is that looks okay. Let's look at. Should be level scene. Update FOV. Okay. What is this one doing? There you go. This is saying for E in children. If so, what I can change this to is for E in self.players, because that should be that's a property that gives us back all the players. Oh wait. Whoa, weird. Okay, no. So players is a property of, yeah, maybe. I'm thinking this should probably be level scene and not level, actually. Update FOV. Yeah, let me pull this logic back into cut that and then go down here, and I will paste that. And the call to that should just be self.update ov, and then down here for e and self.players, that's what we want to iterate over. And this should be the visible tiles. I think that is a property of a level. So self.level.visible tiles equals self.level.visible tiles union, and then self.level.scene tiles and self.level.scene tiles. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe it should have lived in the level, I don't know. Import game. Okay. Cool. Again. Let's give that a spin. Let's run this without the no fog of war param. Hey! Hey, Glass Casket TV. Hey, lovely subscriber person. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I've had a productive morning working on Delver, and now I'm ready to work on this little project and see what's going on. Several level scene has no attribute visible tiles, so it looks like I missed a level. So that's line 161. Yup. I guess, does it make sense for the level to keep track of the visible tiles? I guess they are unique to the level. Yeah. Let me see. Hey, Lieutenant Grenade. Yeah. I'm glad that you can catch at least my weekday streams. That's pretty cool. And hey, Michael. Thanks for popping by. What are you up to these days? Oh, what am I forgetting? Thought I level scene has no. Oh. Level. Okay. Third time's the charm? That's a saying, right? I'm just gonna leave my task manager up over here on my. Oh, cool! You're making a demo. Are you demoing at Gamescom? If so, that sounds really terribly exciting and maybe a little bit scary. Okay. Oh, geez, Joshua, I'm getting all, so E, this is the entity.visible tiles, entity.visible tiles. Let me just go through this. So the levels visible tiles is equal to the levels visible tiles union with the entity's visible tiles. Every entity keeps track of the things they can see. At least in this case, let me just real quick. I can get rid of this. Then I will refactor this just to be P. So this is the player, and I know that players have visible tiles. So so the levels visible tiles is equal to just the union of all the players' visible tiles. The levels scene tiles is just equal to the union of the visible tiles. So what this is every update FOV we clear out the tiles that the players can see. But these are just a track of all the players that we have seen in the past. So we get that nice like the dark unexplored area, and then we get that gray fog of war area, and then we get the visible stuff, and that's how that's implemented. So Michael is trying to ambush Nintendo to get on the Switch. Oh my goodness. Um, no, I applaud your bravery. Just act like you know what you're doing. I think that's a big chunk of it. Oh, and it looks like the game is working. That's also nice. Cool. Uh-oh, I got this kobold to contend with. Maybe I could throw him. Give him a little toss. There we go. Yeah, that seems nice. Um, so I think what I want to do is um, yes, I think everything is layered how I like it. So if we think of it, let me try to explain it. So the whole window is a scene. The overall scene are these four windows. So the entities window, this level window, this player window, and this console window, and that's all that's in that scene. Now, in this window, there's another scene that's embedded, and then that scene has all the entities and it has the level and all that good jazz. So I can create scenes and parent them to other scenes. I have a nice, it's a nice hierarchical entity relationship, and things seem to be working pretty well. So we can get back to actually making interesting stuff. I guess maybe the one thing I do want to do is maybe not have this show up in the listing of entities, because we do know that we're in a level. Cool. Also, let me I guess if people care, let me just go and just fire up the old subscriber bot. They do have subscribers in, so they may be interested in that. They may not. It's just a little stair transitions. Like, what do you mean, stair transition glass casket TV? That sounds like, without any context, I could think of a couple of ways of that happening. But what do you have in mind? I'm curious. Take care, Michael. Yeah. Be brave, be confident. Hmm. T. Okay. Cool. So let's do this. Let's commit what we have. That seems like a responsible thing to do. So git status, git add dot git commit dash m fixing FOV, git push. There we go. And oh, so glass casket TV says, just like a transition when going downstairs. What happens now? I forget. Oh, so right now, what happens is when the first player hits the stairs, it will start a countdown timer, and the players have 30 turns to hit the exit. All the players that hit the exit within that time period, we count how many there are. So if 4 players exit, all the players that exit get a +4 health. So if you're the only person that exits, you only get a +1 health. So there's kind of a motivation there to coordinate. Because again, I'm trying to build in like the verbs of the game to emphasize helping or playing nicely together. Just like if you bump another player, you don't attack them anymore. You swap positions with them. Let's try pathing. Let's try. So I think let me pop up in the docs, because that's a good place to start, right? So Python TDL docs should be this one. And it's a little slow, but that's all right. I think there's a star pathfinding, which is cool. And map a star. And actually, what I want to do maybe maybe I can add in a cheat that will allow us to always go like path our way down to the downward stair. So let's do that. So it looks like this A star, create an A star pathfinder with a callback. So it looks like you make a pathfinder. So you init it with self, width, height, callback, diagonal cost, and advanced equals false. And you call get path. So I'm curious now. Hey, Tyreek. How the heck are you, sir? Happy Monday. I guess when you are self-employed, like weekends and Mondays don't always mean the same thing. Because I know I'm always working. I assume you probably are as well. I'm sure a lot of folks work all the time. But at least I really enjoy what I do, so it doesn't feel like work. Okay, cool. So let's make a pathfinder, and let's just add the cheat. So let's do this. So level. Let's just add a self._pathfinder equals. Then do I have TDL imported? I do. So it's TDL dot, I think, map dot a star, which is an A star pathfinding object. And then we need to pass in the width and the height and a callback. The callback returns the cost to move to XY. So I think I can just use a pretty simple method here. Yeah, no, I was. That's cool. I was lurking in your stream the other day, Tyreek. I was kind of like, I can't say I was paying super close attention. I was kind of treating you like a coworker and just letting you work and just kind of working on my stuff as well. Yeah, I caught something about the Anticropolis. Is that a thing? Sorry, I saw you were playing with like shopkeeps and stuff. Is the one I caught. So width and height, and what's this other param? Width, height, callback, diagonal cost. The callback should just return. So this should just be. I guess I could just make really quickly just a def move cost self. Turn 1. So this is callback equals self.move cost, and diagonal cost equals -1. And I think in TDL, setting something to a -1 value means you can't do it. So if there was a wall there, I would need to set that value to -1. So I need to do something along those lines here. And this, I think this callback actually takes more params than I am giving it. So let's take a look at this again. I think the callback needs to take a function that I think it takes the cost to move to x comma y. Okay, so I think I just need to take an x and a y in my parameters here. We'll test this out. Comma x comma y, and if self.data at get cur at x comma y. So let's split this out a little bit because this is going to return a triple. So again, let's just cut that, and then we have character or foreground background equals self.data to care at this. Actually, if x comma y not in self.data. Return -1. This is just to be safe about what we're doing. I mean, it shouldn't because it knows the dimensions of our map, but let's just throw that in there just to be safe. If ch equals the ord of dot, return 1, return -1. I'm pretty sure that's what we want to do. If we look at level scene, there should be a check collision. Yeah. So it's toward this. I think I got rid of the space character a while back, so I'll just leave it at this. So that should work. So what I want to do is now we have a pathfinder for the level. And the callback. So what we should be able to do now, I guess, is say look at our player and let's add a cheat. So if commands.upper equals bang move or mv, then there's the throw. How about let's add I'm going to add a kind of like a debug command. I think this is one more. There we go. Equals stairs. So path equals yeah, so instances dot scene root dot level dot let's just expose pathfinder for the time being. There we go. Dot pathfinder dot get path, I think is what I want. Get path org dest. Okay, so get path self.x self.y. And then in level scene, I need to get the stairs. Find no location near stair. Stair location equals this. So let me just maybe I should actually just make that a property. I have a thing for players. Yeah, let's just do that. So active player count. Let's just do property def down stair name equals down. I don't want position. Okay. We always should have a downstairs, so that should be fine. Downward stair. That should be okay. So then in our player, I can say stair equals instances dot scene root dot downward stair, and then I could say self.x self.y, and then stair.x stair.y. And print path. And let me just debug this to make sure it's doing what I think it's going to do. Oh, level object has no attribute active player count. That's wait, no. Let me clear out my watches. There we go. Let's get our console and see what it says. Missing 2 required position args x and y. Map a star. Width, height, callback diagonal cost. That seems fine. Oh. Oh, yeah, yep. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually invoking this method, and I want to not invoke it, but I just want to pass the pointer to that method. Let's try that. There we go. And that seems all right. So I should be able to join, type in stairs. There we go. Cool. So this should find, yep, this finds our downward staircase, which is good. And should give me a path or not. Did it just crash? Why is it not returning? Is it looping in here forever? Whoa, oh man. Lovely. So what happened there? Okay. Let me see if I can just step through it. That might be the big way. Let's try this one more time. I need to join and stairs. Okay, so we find the downward staircase just fine. If I step into here, git adder. Oh yeah, this is fine. Yep. This is just that thing. Yep. Properties make debugging a little interesting. Okay, so this says git origin, so 17.5 to 16.11. 17.5, 16.11. That seems reasonable. Yeah, those chords look correct. Path compute. And my callback is there. Let me make sure there's a breakpoint. There's a breakpoint in my callback. So I guess step into here. Just step into there. If x and y not in self.data, okay. So then we get their character. So the ord of, yep, so that should be 1. Okay. So this seems to be going okay. Is it just never returning? If not found. Am I not? Well, no. My callback should be returning either. Yeah, it should be returning either way. Yep. Sonya Doom anticipated it. Crash. I am perplexed. So if I just say return 1, that should just short circuit everything and just return back a path. This should be the most simple and trivial usage of this. If the okay, so if the path is blocked, it should return 0 or none. That's important. I'm returning -1, so let's do that. Let's just step through with this will path through the walls, but I think that's okay. Join stairs. Okay. F8. F8. 8. Path cost. If path cost, return path cost. 1. Like. So this might be this. I think this is tcod might be an external thing. this might also be breaking it. Like, hey, Felix. I'm really quite perplexed why this should just be a super. I'm working on pathfinding today, Felix. So you should be excited. You I think in the past you've suggested I do this, and I'm trying to figure out why does it hate me. Yeah. But otherwise, I'm great. No complaints here. I mean, it's hot, but like it's summer. That's to be expected. Hmm. I'm just curious why this just doesn't seem to return. Yeah, so I'm just trying to do simple pathing. I have a Pathfinder object. Um, I have a very basic callback, and it's not working. Let's see if I can do it. Manually? Let's just try from the command prompt, right? That's a thing to do. Python import TDL. PF equals TDL.map.a star. Say 10 by 10. What are the other parameters? Width, height, callback. Lambda x 1. And that should be fine. ef dot get path from 0, 0, 0 to say 4, 4. Okay. See, that works just fine. That works just fine. So width, height, xy, it just returns 1, and that works like exactly like I would think it would. I could also say something like diagonal cost. Maybe that's what I'm goofing. Equals 0. Is that the thing I'm goofing? Oh, there's not just so it's not. There we go. Diagonal cost. Well, I'll just pass it like that. EF get path. Oh. Yeah, that's working as well. Yeah, let me try. Again, I think I was conflating. It was expecting. I think this diagonal cost of -1 might be bad. Let's make it the diagonal cost of 0. Because I'm just trying to prevent diagonal movement is all I'm trying to do. Let's try that. Maybe that's what's goofing it. Bug. Join. There's. Okay, F8. 8. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was it. They really should guard against that. Okay, so then I should have a path. Cool. And then this can be very similar to how we do our batched move. So we can just now we have a list of chords, and we can just do this exact same thing here. Except for our move actions take relative and not absolute, but that's okay. That is fine. Yeah. So what we need to do now is we have a list of chords, and we need to transform them into a string that matches these up, down, left, right commands. I believe. I think that's what I want to do. What I want to do is I want to basically translate this into one of these, and then just and maybe even just handle events, event type was this. So we should get one event at a time. So I probably could just yeah, let's just work. Let's just focus on the one step at a time. So, what I want to do is I want to figure out a bunch of differences. So, let's think about this. So Felix, this is going to be just a debug command. It will automatically move the players to the downward exit, and it's so I can just test out this pathing stuff and make sure it works, and then I can actually get it like into game doing actual things. But I thought it'd be fun just to have a nice thing where you could just type in stairs and it'll just move to the because sometimes finding the exits is the thing we want to do for testing purposes. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to basically just subtract this from all the previous versions. So what we want to do is A from B. So this minus that. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I think I could do two lists, and then I could do yeah, let's try that. So A equals path. We'll just do a slice so I get a new copy of it. B equals path minus 1, all but the end, and B dot append, or B dot append. I think I can provide a param for that, right? Python append. I think I can just say append or insert. Insert is what I want. B dot insert at 0, and then self dot position. Okay, so what I should have is a list of offsets. I wanted to do something like zipping and mapping. So I have zip, map, cool. There we go. So z equals zip of A and B, and then moves equals map of. Let me think. Python map. I always forget how to do this. Map. Usually map takes a sequence, or it takes a function and a sequence. So lambda x and sequence is z. And this lambda x should just return utils dot math.sub x at 0 and x at 1. And then I think I need to include utils. Or utils. There we go. Unresolved reference lambda. There's a D in lambda. There we go. All right. Let's see what this does. Hey, Squares Gaming. Thanks for popping by. Join. Pairs. There we go. So step. So Z. We have the zip of that. Let's add the list of the Z and F8. So moves. Let's look at moves. What are moves? Not quite what I had in mind. A minus B, A minus B. So I'm trying to figure out, why did I get... Maybe this lambda isn't doing what I'm thinking it's doing. So let's just say real quick, def func item LHS equals item at 0, RHS equals item 1, return LHS or utils.math.sub LHS from RHS. And then here, instead of passing this lambda, I will just pass in this func. And then I can debug that. Join. There's. Sometimes it misses. Am I typing it wrong? There we go. So it's just not hitting that breakpoint for some odd reason. F8, 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 F8. Oh, because it's probably lazy evaluating it. So list of moves. What? Why is list of Z empty? Path should be fine. A is okay, B is okay. Zip object. I'm just curious why list of Z should not be empty. A and B are definitely defined. Buenos dias. I speak a little Spanish, but not terribly much. Yeah. They should be the same length. Len of A, len of B. Yeah, they're the same length. It was just working a second ago. Remove watches. List of Z. Nothing. Zip of A and B. Zip object to. Am I just list of this? Oh, is Z? Oh, is Z being modified under the map? Does the map actually change the input? Is that what's going on? Carpe Diem says, do I have knowledge on PHP? Nope. I have never used PHP. I could probably figure it out in a pinch, but it doesn't sound particularly interesting to me. Okay, so there we go. And then if I did something like utils.math.sub a at 0, comma b at 0. That's what I want to get. That's what I would expect. So okay, let's do I don't think. Let me see if I can find it. Map. Yeah, I think map is destructive. I think it. No, it should return something. List of map of. So, moves equals list of map of z. Let's try that. Yeah. So I'm building two lists. One is offset by 1, but I replace it with the player's position. Then I slam them together, and then I pull the pairs back out, and I subtract them all. And then once I know, then they should all be relative. They should all be like either like 1, 0, 0, 1, minus 1, 0, or 0, minus 1. Those should be the 4 options. And from I can just select those out of an array, and then build out the moves we need. Yeah. So okay, so Felix is confirming that it shouldn't be destructive. It should return a new sequence. Okay, so F8. So Z looks fine. But still, list of Z is empty. That is weird. Why is it empty? It shouldn't be empty. Because list of zip of that is fine. What if I made this instead just a list of zip? Maybe there's something wrong with using the zip object in the way I am. Cigano Preto, hey, thank you for joining. How are you? F8. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so this does look like I expect it to. Moves. There we go. Yes. Moves. Yay. They're all. Is this correct? Yeah, I should be always moving down and right, so none of them should be negative. That looks correct. Yeah. So Felix, yeah, maybe like sometimes I just need to pull stuff out of generators just to make my debugging life better. Because yeah, sometimes sometimes too you have to be careful because if it is a generator object, a generator will yield a sequence. So if you call it 10 times, it will return 10 results. So what might be happening is since I have a watch for it here in PyCharm, I might be actually exhausting the generator in my watches. So that might be why I'm getting the bug, is because of these watches here, and it's like eagerly evaluating them. So the actual watch will use up the generator, and then it doesn't return anything. Then it returns a null. Cool. Okay. And then yeah. So yeah. I mean, generators are functions that they can do a number of things. They could return anything after they're exhausted, but typically they return none. Yeah, I've noticed that with the watches in PyCharm, you have to be careful about that. Okay, so we have that works better. Let's fix that. That's okay. So now we need to map these into a. We can just do list comprehension for that, right? So we could do. Something like T equals a dictionary of tuples to strings. Okay, and then what we want is just to translate this stuff. So 0, 1, or 1, 0, 0, 1, minus 1, 0, and 0, minus 1. And then this should be right, and this should be down, and this should be left, and that should be up. Somewhat confident. So left is minus 1 on the x. Yeah. So then I can say moves equals with comprehension of t at I or I in moves. And that should transform that into a series of strings. And then what I want to do is maybe just raise this event again. Yeah, let's try that. What's the fastest way to do this? Can I just create an object on the fly and give it attributes, or does it complain about that? B equals object b dot foo equals bar. Yeah, it complains about that for some odd reason. Which is weird, because I thought you could do something like class f, or class foo of object pass f equals foo, f dot bar equals foo bar. Weird. So it just doesn't like it on the root object. Hemebon says, "Wait, what is this? My own roguelike?" Yeah. Yeah. So this actually, I'll play here in a little bit. Maybe I try to keep this to roughly an hour, but I want to solve this because I think it's an interesting problem. And I'm doing some like functional programming and list comprehension stuff. So maybe that might be someone's first exposure to that. Maybe not. You all are pretty smart folks, so probably not. Cool. And then so then what I want to do is just translate this into a command. I could be really gross and just do it like this. So class fake Twitch event object def init self dot type equals that. Is that, and then I just need to add that as a message, and that should be a nickname. Self.nickname equals, oh goodness, because this is inside a player, which is going to be super confusing. Let's just add this comma nick, and comma message, and self.message equals message. There we go. And then I could say the EV equals fake Twitch event self.nickname self.name. Is that what that is? Or wait. Nickname a comparison up here is to self.name. So I don't even need to do that all that hoopla. I can get rid of this param and just say self.nickname equals self.name. Or yeah, no, that's still super confusing because we don't know the encapsulating class. So let's just say name, and the message needs to be something like bang move or mv space this, and this needs to be .format, and this needs to be that .join moves. And then self.handle events EV. That should work. Let's take a peek and see what I'm doing. Felix says, "Oh, take care, Dakota. You pop by pretty quick." Felix says, "If I switch to version 0.7.7, I don't need to do the ugly strings anymore." Thanks, Felix. But actually, I do, because I'm not actually taking a dependency on Twitch Observer. I'm just creating a very generic type event, so I would still need to use a string, because I don't want to take a dependency on that. But yeah, no, Felix is the co-author of the Twitch integration that I'm using. Okay. And then let's see where we get. So moves is a bunch of, yep. Is it mostly to the right? Oh, I'm going to bump into the stairs. Ooh. Oh, that will not work. So I think what that means, I need to adapt my my lambda thing here, but that should be okay for the time being. So let's step into here. And my message should just be move. Yep. Actually, I don't think I need to. Yeah, let me not. I don't need to. I just need to join that on empty string. Should be fine. Let's give that a whirl. Debug. Join. Stairs. Okay. So F7, and then this message looks correct. F8, 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 and then handle events. Yep. Cool. And then this should just work like we expect. Unfortunately, it's gonna bump into entities. Yeah. Join. So the Twitch integration actually was something that Felix and I wrote outside of the stream. I'll join stairs. Yeah, that works reasonably well. Again, I would like to enhance it so when we first calculate the path to the stairs, we ignore the entities, but since the entities can move around, it's a little tricky. But yeah, that worked well. And then yeah, I went down the stairs, and then Felix is going to follow. Nice, cool. Yeah. So yeah, let me commit this where it's at. Do I need to clean up anything here? This is to do refactor this ugly. Okay. And then let's just commit it real quick. Quit. Git status. Git add dot. Git commit dash m. Working on pathing. Git push. Python app.py. Yeah, I think maybe some level of auto nav might be nice in general. Like I thought it might be cool to allow you to say specify a player name in the move command, and you'd be able to move to that player. That might be a good use case. But I think I'll probably keep this feature in, but I'll probably put it behind a debug flag. So So Tyreek says, question: if I'm working on this RL stream, on this roguelike off stream, and someone comes into the Twitch and types join, will they appear and confuse you? So I try not to work on this off stream. Occasionally I do. With all this refactor work, that's strange. With all this refactor work, I've been less disciplined about it. But now that the refactor is mostly done, I only work on it during stream. But yeah, if you ever pop by my stream and I'm not streaming, but you see me typing in commands furiously, I'm working on it, and you could join, but it has not happened yet. I'm curious why there are 2 copies of Felix. Can you move both, Felix? Are there multiple stairs down? I don't understand what's going on here. Weird. It looks like it's... It looks like it's not. It should be clearing out the console. I'm not sure why that was. Um, so to me, it seems like there's a problem with visible tiles. Level, visible tiles, scene tiles. And then init scene. Init scene. It creates a new level. That's fine. Yeah, it's like it's failing to redraw correctly. But this generate level should new us up a new level. I think it's something where I'm drawing to a buffer and not clearing it. That might be the case. So let me think. So, like I think for level scene, draw. Maybe is it level window? Does something like that? Super draw. So window.draw. Self.data.clear. I think that's what I need to do. Because now what happens is scenes actually have a buffer they draw to, and then they draw that out to the whatever they're a child of. So draw self.console.clear. I think that should fix that. Let's also just look at scene, the scene class. Yeah, because see it blitz to itself. So let's just do a self.console.clear. Let it do the right thing. And then now let's run it and see what happens. And I think also this is probably a good time to let folks play for a bit because I am over time. There we go. And stairs. Oh man, I'm trying to walk through a bad place. Oh man, I don't think I'm gonna survive. Or maybe. Stairs. Stairs. Go! Stairs. Kinsodev says, what mic am I using? I'm using an ancient Samson mic. Can you? I bought this sucker back in 2006, 2007, and I've always had it. I just haven't been using it, so I figured now that I'm streaming, I might as well get some use out of this. Is it? Hopefully, the quality is acceptable. I think it was at least a decently okay mic when I bought it, but that was a decade ago. It was, I bought it because it was the first commercially available USB microphone. Before that, like all the microphones were analog, and people were really picky about it back then. Nope, it's just direct to USB, and then in OBS, I have a few options flipped on to like do like noise gating and stuff like that. So hopefully the sound is okay and don't get a lot of background noise. Cool. Yeah, I guess be warned that the stairs command isn't foolproof, and if you hit something, you will stop your move chain. Just FYI. Yeah, Schwinder.exe. So right now we're all using cheats, but yeah, you join, and you're already in there. So you type in MV and a direction. So like MVU would move up, MVL. I can see there in chat, Heenbond typed in MVLLDDL, so that's move left, left, down, down, left, and that will batch up a series of moves, and your character will execute those moves unless they hit a wall or they hit an enemy. I went ahead and went down the stairs, so we're getting a countdown, but this is okay. Everybody will come to the next level with me. I'm just testing this draw issue, but whenever we hit the stairs, what happens is it starts a countdown timer, and everybody who exits within that amount of time, we count up how many of them there are, and then we get that bonus to our health. So since I was the only person that exited, I got a +1. But if we were to all exit together, we would get like a +5 to our health, which is pretty big. So let me just kind of explore manually. So I'm gonna just kind of explore this area down here. You saw that Felix threw Nixrod out of the way, so you can type in throw and directions, and so it looks like Nixrod's gonna path to me. Yeah. So everybody's cheating and using this day. Oh my goodness. So I just use the built-in A-star pathfinding that the TDL library provides. So I can show you the code here in just a little bit, but it's pretty darn simple. I create a pathfinder for each level, and then inquiring minds can just ask the pathfinder, hey, give me a path to this point. Right now it's not a mechanic, right now it's a cheat, but I would like to be able to say, if I said !move space 4-bit Friday, I think that'd be cool to be able to move to other players. I think that could be a nice thing to do. And actually, let's just go ahead and implement that real quick. That should be a thing that you can do, and not necessarily this cheat move to stairs. Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and stop right here. I think we're in an okay spot. Let me do a few things. I'm already 10 or 11 minutes over, so apologies there. Let's go ahead and let's put this cheat behind a flag, because I don't always want to be able to do it. So let's look at player. there we go. So then here, if commands equals stairs, and let me just pull in game. G import game. And then also stairs and game.game.args stairs cheat, I think is fine. Cool, and that should be enough to make it work. Oh, the healing aspect with the floor progression. Yeah, that's me trying to encourage folks to cooperate. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I really dig it. It's really cool. Yeah, actually, let me not do the player stuff right now, but let's just leave that as an open thing. Like, it would be nice to maybe just a slight refactor, and I've got it. So let me do a def player. Oh, gross. Class move helper object. This is just going to be static method at static method def path to moves. It takes a path, and then path to moves. And I think the only thing I need from that is the start. So let's see. So this is all this good stuff. Yeah, so I copy this, and then here paste that. So get that. I guess let's call it source or start, and this is just start. There we go. And then this should just be return moves. Okay. And then all this ugliness should be able to be replaced with moves equals move helper dot path to moves self dot position and path. Cool. Hey, yeah. So this this is I think episode 31. And basically, when I first started this project, I wanted to make just a little basic roguelike. And somewhere along the way, I thought Twitch chat integration would be cool, and that just became part of the project. And I've even had one of the Python user there in chat help me write the Twitch integration. So it's been a cool small project. This is not my full-time gig. This is a thing I do for fun over lunch. Okay. Let's just cut that and put it up here. For the time being. There we go. And so what I want to do now here, so if the first thing is move, so then now we have moves. So batch moves. So this moves might actually be a string. So let me see. So players, or how about this? Player target player is equal to instances dot scene root dot players players target equals list comprehension p for p in players if p dot name equals moves. Target equals target at 0 if target, else none. And then if target moves equals move helper dot path to moves self dot position comma oh, I need a path. So if target path equals instances dot scene root, should be down here. Path equals in scene root pathfinder. Paste that here. Let's fix that. So I just want let's unpack self.position position, and let's unpack target.position. Okay, there we go. And then just give that a path. That should be good. Let me double check that. And I'm going to need somebody's so Felix is saying not valid Python if name equals moves and not self.name. So Felix says I made a mistake somewhere. Players, instance players. Oh. That should be okay. Because this should just be an empty comprehension then, right? Or I for I in a if I dot name. Yeah, it's fine, Felix. Do not move to yourself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's, well, I mean, that should just be a NOP, right? That should be a no op, but I can check for that. Yeah, let's just debug this and see what's happening. So I'm complicating this a little bit, but I'm also going to need some folks to help me test this. So let's try that. Join. There we go. Okay, MV team bond. Cool. So there we go. I probably should also I should convert this to lower as well. There we go. Players target. So target is this player, which I believe is Heimbond. Name, yep, that's the correct person. So we have target, path to them, build some moves. Nice. And then two, I don't actually, so if I go all the way to them, I think it's inclusive. So if we look at these move or this path, the last coordinate is 3,8, and I think that is the position of Heimbond. If you look at their position 3,8, so what we want to do is just slice off that last little bit. So we can just do like this and do a slice and just not just omit the last one. So we'll move right next to that player. So if target and yeah, and target is not self. I think that should address Felix's issue. Moves lower. There we go. That should work. Let's give it a shot. Yeah. So yeah. So when I'm debugging, actually, let me change these params. Edit config. Boom. Apply and go. Yeah, so when I'm debugging, I stop and start the game quite a bit. But again, feel free to jump in at any time you see the game up. Don't hesitate, and don't be afraid to try to break it either. Yeah, so let's try. Oh, Nick's right. You put a space in there. Schwender? I think that's how you'd say it. So if I type in, yeah, level is listed in the entities window because, yeah, the Twitch chat integration was also listed there too. So let's say move Nick's rod. Nice. That is cool. Yeah, so now I should also say something like move heme bond. There we go. I think that could be useful. Uh-oh. Oh, I equipped the sword and that canceled my move chain. You can't actually hurt people anymore. I changed it so so right now, Schwender, how it works is regular folks get orange, my stream regulars get red, and my subscribers get blue. That's how the coloration is worked. So I really should, Keembond and Pixel Titans Alt Zone should get promoted. So maybe I'll do that at the end of the stream. But yeah, that's how the coloration works. It's just a little reward for people who do subscribe to me. Even though it's, arbitrary. All right, let's go down. Let's get some health. All right, so if everybody paths to me, if you type in MV space Joshua Skelly, you should all move towards me, and I'm at the exit, so that should make it easy for everybody to exit. Cool. And I'm going to exit. Oh no, Tyreek, that kobold interrupted your move chain, so you have to manually move up to the exit or path to somebody close to it. Nick's Rod, since I'm gone, you can't path to me anymore. The life is yours. You are the orange T, and you are just below the upward staircase. Nick's Rod, you should just run to the right. I think most folks have exited, so we only have a few more turns left. You actually... Oh, did you die? Oh no! You can always join back in. There's no negative for joining and leaving whenever you want. Cool. So I think that makes the leaving a little bit easier. Hey, Dr. Kegel, thanks for popping in, man. All right, so let's explore and find the stairwell down. Yeah, it looks like we all got a decent little health bump, which is nice. +4. The life is yours. Again, so the life is yours. In the top right quadrant, you are the lowercase orange T. So everybody is represented by the first character of their name. I'm the little J. You're the little T. You can type in MV and directions. So like MVR would move my J to the right, and MVL moves my J to the left. And you can string them together. So like MV DL. and that will move me down and left. That's how you move around. You can type in other commands like drop and throw. Drop will drop any weapon you're currently holding. And if you type in throw, you need to provide a direction to throw whatever you're next to. So you could move up 1. So if you go MV up, then you could type in throw up, and you would be able to throw Pixel Titan's alt zone against up towards the wall, if that makes sense. No, Tyreek, I am explicitly looking for just players at this point in time. So I think what might be interesting is maybe over here in my entities listing. Right now, I just give the character for that particular critter, but maybe I could give a unique ID maybe or something, so you could path to them, if that makes sense. Is that something you would want to do? I think this is useful for folks who are who have a lot of lag. That might be useful to them. So I think, let me see. Yeah, so that's exactly what's happening. Is it checks to see if it's a name, and if it's not, it assumes that you're giving it a string of moves, and then it will just ignore the stuff that's not part of the move set. This life is yours. Oh man, you are off. Run, run. Sometimes potions spawn. Cool. MV. MV Python. Oh, MV Doctor _ Kegel. MV left. MV DR _ KEGEO. And again, this life is yours. I appreciate you letting me know that this is confusing. Like I guess I'm spoiled. I get like the folks who regularly show up. Like, oh, so we didn't get our. So some folks got a health bonus, Felix, but not everybody did. Nice. We ganged up on that kobold and eradicated them pretty quick. No, you're not, Felix. You are not sorry at all. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe. Yeah. Let me do MV Heme Bond. Just keep me out of that corner. I think I keep pathing into the stairs up, which is not helpful. Yeah, so I think you should. Is somebody blocked? You should be just Heme you should be able to swap positions if you bump somebody, or you can throw them. So we as players we can't hurt each other anymore, but we can swap positions with each other. Uh-oh, crash! What happened? Ooh, attempting to reparent. So old item cannot instance fist. Old item dot remove. It should have been removed. That's strange. Super weird. So old item remove. Entity child is none. Parent equals self. If not child, child equals self, so parent. Child dot parent equals none. That should be working just fine. But it's not. So I guess I could add a breakpoint here, and we can play a little bit more. And if we hit it, cool. If not, whatevs. I'm glad you like it, Schwender. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right too. Yeah, it's been a blast to work on, and it's becoming slowly more fun to play too. So I think what happens is somebody picked up a weapon and then picked up another weapon. I think is what happened, maybe. Unfortunately, I'm still fighting a number of bugs that come out of my refactor efforts, so I'm glad I refactored, but it's been a pain. There we go. Here we go. Self-let parent. Wait, this is fine. This is just an old breakpoint, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that. So this life is yours. What are weapons? So if you look at everybody right now in the player's window, yeah, so Dr. Kegel, fist, dagger, and sword is what the S stands for. So if you look to the right of your health bar, we have all these white Fs. That indicates that we are using our fists to fight. In the upper left-hand corner of the map, you see that yellow S, or it's listed here as a sword. In the levels listing, there's a sword you can pick up, and you just bump into it. Yeah, so the less than, greater than, or less than is the stairs up, and the greater than is the sword down, or the stairs down, excuse me. We all spawn in next to the stairs up, and we want to get to the stairs down. And that's just that's a very traditional roguelike convention that I've kept. Yeah, as Felix is pointing out, this entities window in the left kind of explains what all this gibberish in the middle is. It takes a while before your brain can read like what a roguelike is displaying. To fight the green Ks, you just bump into them. So you just move over them. And you will do the appropriate attack. So if you have a fist, you punch him with your fist. If you have a sword, you hit him with your sword. So old item is a sword. So old item is a sword, and its parent is none. So if I that should be fine. 7, 8, 7, 8. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Sorry about that. I'm just letting the debug stuff run in the background. So if it pops out every once in a while, just let it go. Dr. Kegel says I'm not to move. MV Dr. Kegel. There we go. Let's get him. So this life is yours. So if they move into me, I don't do any move commands. Do I still fight, or they do just attack me? So that's where the sword and the dagger differ. So if you're wielding a sword and they bump into you, they attack you. But if you're wielding a dagger wielder will always counterattack, which is a nice thing. But the dagger doesn't do as much damage as the sword. It does 2 versus 3. So the dagger gives you the counterattack ability, and the sword just lets you do higher damage. So yeah, so Dr. Kegel is illustrating that currently we can throw everything. Any entity can be thrown, including the stairwell down. It is not special. And if folks want a path to me, I'm just going to hang out here by the stairwell. So this life is yours. If you type in exclamation point MV space Joshua Skelly, your character will automatically navigate to me. Breakpoint. Let's see what this says. Old item. Old item. parent is none. That should be fine. Interesting, you're not moving, and I'm not sure why. Try again. Is nobody moving? I saw. Okay. All right. I guess I'm gonna try to wait till the bidder in, but I should exit here in a second. Try again, Felix. It seems like it's missing commands, and I'm not sure why. Can A star fail? Potentially. It shouldn't, but it potentially can, I suppose. If that's the case, I think it returns an empty sequence. Hemebond says, how does throw work? So Hemebond, stand next to an entity, and you type in throw and a direction. And those commands are for my subscriber bot, not for the game. So Hemebond, if you want to move to me, and then you can throw me around a little bit if you like. So if you type in throw space D, you'll throw me. Correct. Hemebond, the direction is relative to you. And you can throw weapons at enemies, and you can throw potions. Man, the potion spawn rate is so low. Old item. Whoa, whoa. So, parent is fine. Okay, I can take that breakpoint away from now, I guess. Yeah. So I wonder, is it gonna make me exit? Okay, it didn't. So yeah, this life is yours. You have to be careful because so since you killed that kobold, it canceled out your move queue. So go ahead and move to one of us standing next to the downward stairs. I'll wait for you. I think I issued it when you were a few steps away from the stairs, Felix. So that's why it didn't make me exit. I think I just issued the command early. It will perform collisions. All right, let's get out of here. Oh no. So why is it attempting to reparent? So it's when the entities do it? That shouldn't matter. Child is a sword. The sword has a parent of kobold. That's super weird. So I'm curious why old item removed didn't clear out the. I should have cleared out the parent. I think I can manually do it. That just seems strange. That should do it. Yeah. I mean, that's already called there. Yeah. Hold item dot parent. No, parent dot remove hold item. Should do that. This should do the exact same thing as this. Weird. Okay, I think this is. Yeah, Compostor 64. That is exactly my thinking. I think I want to replace their health with a thing that just says exited, just to let you know their status. But yeah, I think I'm already 40 minutes over. Let's just call it a day. So thank you everybody who comes by my streams and watches me do this weird stuff. I really appreciate it. I also appreciate my subscribers. I have 6 of you. You are wonderful folks. Let me see if I can name you off the top of my head before I look at my cheat sheet. So it's Dr. Kegel. It is Smith. It is Nympheus. It is Fifth Elephant. It is Codrake. It is, oh, I'm so bad at this. Glass Casket TV. Yes. Anybody else I'm forgetting? I think I'm forgetting somebody. Let me see. Codrake, Fifth Elephant, Nympheus, Dr. Kegel, Glass Casket TV, New Obj. Yeah, is a Seattle guy, and Smith. So thank you to the people who subscribe to me. It's just a little, I mean, financially, it's not a lot, but it does mean that you like what I'm doing, and it's a super motivator for me to keep doing what I'm doing. I'll be back tomorrow with more craziness. So take care, everybody, and have a good rest of your day.